Hey guys, how you doing today? Today I just want to cover the Bethlehem Star and the mystery behind it and what one of the theories is behind it, what it actually was. Um, so pretty much it was Rick Larson. I don't know where he's from, somewhere from the States. He did a movie. He broke it down. He really did a lot of research into Bethlehem Star, and he claims to have figured out what it really was, what the Bethlehem Star really was. Uh, a lot of a lot of people think that it may have been like a supernova or a comet or an asteroid or even Nibiru, but Larson shows it was something else. Um, so pretty much what he did was he took clues straight from the Bible, and he used those to get a pretty decent time frame as to when this thing occurred, and he was able to go back in time and see what was going on with the stars and the planets and stuff. And he he pretty much he gives us his theory as to what what the Bethlehem Star was. So he he's a lawyer, right? And he got into this subject, and because it appears he cracked something, he figured something out, and it seems pretty credible enough that he was able to take his message worldwide. He's doing presentations, uh, you know, inside the U.S. as well as outside the U.S. And then finally, this guy, he picked up on him. He's the producer of The Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson. The same guy, uh, he decided he was going to do a movie with Rick Larson, this lawyer, to make a movie about it and make it available to everybody. You can go to BethlehemStar.net. You'll see it there. You can even buy it for $7. You could probably even buy it on Amazon.com. If you don't have the money, just type it in the search engine, YouTube search engine. Type in Bethlehem Star by Rick Larson, and you can stream it for free. It's one of those movies I like to watch every year around this time, because the thing is, he's this guy. He's into proving the Bible using external evidence, which is cool. A lot of people are doing that, and it's really interesting to see, how much the current scientific community and current day media are trying so hard to cover up the truth behind the Bible and the stories that are written in the Bible. So, you know, um, that's that's interesting that they would do that. Uh, but it's a battle. It's a scientific community. They're really tough. You really have to show your evidence and everything else, and you're going up against the status quo and everything. So that's another battle on its own. I like to think of what's going on current day with what's his name, Graham Hancock and Rick Carlson. How they've been trying to prove that a comet hit the Earth 25,000 years ago, and that's what caused the global flood that the Bible talks about in the story of Noah. So that's another thing that's coming to light, because recently they just found a crater underneath Greenland, and they're tying it back to 25,000 years ago to Hancock and Carlson's theory. So that's another piece of external evidence to prove that the validity of the Bible, that it's not all just made up, and that there are some lessons to learn from reading the Bible, and there's truth behind the Bible, and that the scientific community and the media are indeed trying to cover these things up because they're so anti-Christianity. So anyway, real quick, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, so just a basic rundown what this is about. So he pulled the clues straight out of the Bible, and then he figured out that the time and everything else, and all the different trajectories that they talk about, like how it's rising in the east and how they had to go south and all this and that, the Magi. And he even explains the Magi, where they come from. He claims that they come from Daniel. He thinks that because Daniel never left Babylon, that he created this school of the Magi, and these Magi are from Daniel's school, and that's how they knew so much, and they knew exactly that this was it. This was the telling that the Messiah was here, that he was born. So, real quick, it's something happened with Jupiter and the star of Regulus, where the retrograde motion of Jupiter, because as it travels through the sky, it's doing this. So it's coming out here, it's stopping, it's coming back, it's stopping, it's doing this, and it's doing this over the king star Regulus. And what was so significant of this one was that it crowned Regulus 3 times. So that was the first indicator for them that it could be the star. Also, the constellation that it was doing this in, it was in the constellation of the Lion, and Christ comes from the tribe of the Lion, the Judah tribe. So he saw some significance there, and also. No, it wasn't just a one-time event. This star, I think it has like a 2-year life cycle to it. So it was doing this thing around Regulus, and then it met up with Venus, and it created this huge, like, bright light. It was like the brightest star at the time in the sky. And that happened a little bit after the crowning of Regulus. And finally after that, they're studying it, and they're seeing the retrograde motion, and they're watching it, and they're waiting for where it stops. And it was at that point where it stopped over Bethlehem, and they knew, because of what Herod was telling them, how something was supposed to come out of Bethlehem. They saw the star stopped over Bethlehem. They decided that's where they had to go. It's pretty interesting because this kind of thing, Larson claims that, because of the computer program he was using, Starry Night, this kind of thing doesn't happen very often. And also the significance behind it, there's more supporting evidence. I'll give you an example of, at the time there was a coin, a Syrian coin that was distributed, that was put out, and it's on the face of the coin is an image of Aries, the lamb, and then in the background is this huge giant star, and they think that is the Bethlehem star. You can look it up. I looked for it on Google, on YouTube. I didn't see it anywhere, so I had to Google it. I wish I had a picture for you right now, but it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. Just look it up. Bethlehem star coin, Syrian Bethlehem star coin, something like that. But you got to Google it, and it's in there somewhere. You'll find it. But that's even more evidence pointing to something happening at that time. It's not just something that was made up in the Bible. All right, so check it out. I'll throw a link in the bottom for the BethlehemStar.net. If I get around to it, I'll put another link in there that'll take you to the YouTube link where you can watch it for free. But I don't know. I remember the first time watching it, I was pretty impressed by it. And I don't know. The more you watch it, the more you break things down for yourself, and you start really questioning this thing, how true it was, how, his theory is, and I don't know, it seems pretty valid to me. It makes a lot of sense, you know, but different approach at the Bethlehem Star, and so, all right, well, that's it for today. Uh, Thanks for watching, and have a good week, and I don't know, maybe we'll see you tomorrow. All right, thanks. Have a good one.